Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcorian Guides, bringing my guide for Lollipop Chainsaw on very hard difficulty. Today we're doing Stage 2, the Stadium. And this one's not really much of a stadium level per se. It has, I think, like one, maybe two parts at all that I can think of maybe being a part of a stadium. But either way, this still looks like the school to me. So, I don't know. Fuck it. Anyway. Starting off, you have to deal with football players. These zombies are your more advanced basic zombie because they have a tackle move that's very annoying. I mean, yeah, you can tell when it's about to happen because they'll glow blue, of course. But the problem is when there's too many of them, you know, they'll swarm around you and all tackle you down and pretty much just do a hefty amount of damage, and it's just a pain in the ass to deal with. And of course, we also had the fire zombies as well, and then you saw me do the L3 clicking thing, so yeah, I have a bad habit of clicking the sticks. I don't know why I always do. It's just I think it's some dumb fucking tick I have or something. Anyway, so we have the chainsaw dash, and the idea is to run through and then just kind of chop through zombies and what have you. Now, I don't know what the timing is for it, but I know later on, whenever you hit 3 zombies in a row while doing the chainsaw dash, you'll get, you know, your sparkle hunting thing. Whenever you kill 3 zombies in a row at the same time. So I think for this part right here, there's no way to do that. But there's also the blue substance barrels. We'll just call them blue barrels, I guess. I don't know if we've ever had them before, but I don't know if they're introduced here or not. I think they are. Either way, what they do, for those that don't know, is they stun zombies and make them an instant groggle. So that way, we can just go up to them and then just chop them up and we're done. That's it, yeah. It's not really that bad, right? So there's going to be a lot of parts in this that are very elongated, and I will be fast-forwarding through them and skipping them because this chapter, stage, whatever, is very long. Not really super difficult, just very, very long, and I don't like that part. I mean, I know there's like, you know, in theory, 7 stages total in this game, but you know, I just feel like every fucking chapter is just too fucking long for what it needs to be. And granted, you know, they could have just spread them out in like different parts, but they made them all into one part, which kind of comes back on me in the way I do things, because now I have to do them all in one big part, and that could take up to like 30 minutes to an hour. And you know, I just don't like commentating for more than 20 minutes at a time. I mean, I know I do that for, like, you know, my Let's Plays and stuff, but at least I'm doing something while I'm commentating. I'm not just, you know, sitting here watching something I've done before and explaining everything in detail, or lack thereof, I guess you could say. But yeah, we also got introduced to the baseball zombies, or baseball playing zombies, I guess. Basically, the stadium is full of jocks. That's pretty much what it is here. We have more of the jock cliche going on. So I guess I didn't have a lollipop, so good thing I have one now. Whenever you chainsaw dash too much, your bar, as you can see in the bottom left, will basically overheat. And when it overheats, you can't use your chainsaw correctly. You can't really do the whole, you know, painful chopping thing. As you can see, Juliet's chainsaw is kind of like glowing right there as well, basically indicating that I think you can hit people, but I don't know if you can do damage. That's what I think it is. Because this is overheating, you know, it's not really moving while you hit somebody, so there's that. And of course, I don't think you can use your fever or your, what do you want to call it, your rage mode thing as well. Also, later on in this chapter, there's going to be a part where, it's like right before the boss of the stage, where I end up buying stuff from the shop, and then I buy stuff from the shop again. Which it might either be the same stuff or it might be something different. The reason why I kept both in because I didn't know what the hell I bought and I didn't really care what the hell I bought, so I just went with what I had, you know. So yeah, that's how things be. Oop, my bad. I didn't mean to scrape the mic there for a second. I'm just looking on my shelf, just at what the hell I have up here. Just a bunch of random shit. Not a bunch of dumb shit, but just, you know, just a bunch of random games and what have you. Just checking out the cool games that I have, bro. That's right, that's right. So, I think I know... I think I've have an idea of what I want to do for my next guide. Doesn't mean, you know. I'm not saying it's exactly going to happen. It could happen. My plan is to do X-Men Origins Wolverine next on hard or whatever the hell their hardest difficulty is. Which, granted, that game is super fucking easy. So there's like maybe one part in the entire game I can tell you how to cheese, and that's it. Well, granted, then you have the final boss with Deadpool. It's just like, ugh. That part, I hate that part. I really do. Granted, I could just play Deadpool on hard as well, if anything. But I just don't want to. I don't know. I don't really feel like playing Deadpool. It wasn't really like a bad game. It's just one of those games like you play once and you're kind of just tired of it after a while. You know, you get the plat and you're like, I'm done. Same thing with like X-Men Origins. It's just, I played it like once and I was like, I think I'm good. It was a good game. It's just after that I'm like, I'm done. And I guess you could say the same thing goes for like Lollipop Chainsaw. It's just, even though I haven't platinumed it yet, you know, I would like to, but it's just one of those games where I played on very hard beat and I'm like, there's nothing left. Or in the case of God of War, that's the same way. I have the same problem with God of War as well, especially the new one. Oh man, I can't go back and play the new one. I even tried playing on Give Me God of War difficulty, which I will admit I'm not the best at, and I did find the cheese of how to do it, and then I looked up online, you know, somebody else playing the game that I know is pretty good at the game, and he was doing the same thing as I was, and I was like, I guess it's universal, you know, everyone just fucking figures this stuff out, and then we all just know, we're all interconnected somehow, right? All us hard mode players. Yeah, right, I'm like the fucking bottom of the barrel when it comes to that stuff. I haven't even beaten God Hand on hard yet, so I'm not up there in good player status yet. But I'm working my way, I'm trying. I've gotten rather kind of okay with God Hand, and some kind of far in it. Granted, I can't do no damage runs. I mean, that's just one of those things where it's just, it just seems super tedious, but, you know, once you understand what to do and certain patterns and what have you, then most likely you can probably do it if you learn from somebody else, but I'm not the kind of guy that wants to take my time to do no damage runs. I just don't ever feel like doing them. They just, I don't know. I know that I'm supposed to be, you know, Hardcorian. I'm supposed to do everything on hard mode, but sometimes, folks, some things are just too hard even for me to handle. And, you know, I do what I can, and I record these commentaries for my own entertainment, pretty much. And those that want to watch and follow, then, you know, hey, you're watching and following. That's great. That's totally on you. If I help somebody out at the end of the day, even more better, you know? Same thing with Bioshock. I know I bring it up all the time, and I'm bragging about it. But when it comes to Bioshock, that's like, in my opinion, one of my best guides videos on the internet. That's like the only good guide I actually have. Because, you know, everyone fucking, I remember getting like a bunch of comments on that. Some of them were like comments about like glitches and stuff, but I got a few comments on there a few times saying, I said a bunch, I know. But really, it's actually just a few. Where it's like, you know, thanks for, you know, helping me out with this guide and what have you. I really needed it and what have you. So this next part here, you just fight off the ankle biters. And the reason why I'm skipping through all this shit is because, trust me, you don't want to see this. This is boring as all hell. It really is. When it comes to finishing off zombies like this, it takes too damn long. So it's just like, I'll just skip ahead. Like, when I'm playing the game, I don't have a problem with it. I mostly have a problem when it comes to, you know, well, of course, Nick, and also finishing zombies off. It's rewatching it. It takes too fucking long, and that's my problem with a lot of games. Is I have this really big pet peeve where if you can't skip something that you've already seen, that you know you should. I think that you should be able to either speed up or skip through, and then it just bothers the hell out of me. But the thing is, too, like, why does it take longer to chop up a zombie with a finisher attack? You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, I mean, yes, if, for instance, like, I didn't do a lot of damage to this guy, so I'm basically just chipping away his health bar while finishing him off, but wouldn't it make more sense if I was to chip away his health bar and then have the ability to finish him off? But, I mean, I guess this works, too. I just thought about what I just said, and it sounded retarded in my own head, so take back what I said. I'm stupid as all hell. Also, speaking of guide stuff, I keep, it's still in the back of my head, like, my brain keeps telling me, like, just fucking do God of War 2, dude. Just do God of War 2, you know? Like, I don't really want to. I don't know. God of War 2 is one of those games where it just, I don't feel like ever going back to much, you know? The same thing with God of War, like, 3. I mean, Chained Olympus, it's whatever. It's not that bad, it's just, I don't feel like doing it. And the same thing with Ghost of Sparta. Oh, fuck me. I don't even know if I can beat that game on hard. Actually, hold on. I think there's a trophy for beating on hard, but I don't know if you can... I don't know. There's no trophy for beating on very hard, I don't think. Because I don't think any God of War ever had that. Thank you for that, by the way. You know, I don't know. When games have a trophy for beating a game on the very hard, like the hardest difficulty, that kind of pisses me off because it forces people that are trophy hunters to play at max skill level. And it's just... I don't know. It's just one of those things that rubs me the wrong way. I mean, granted, you know, Spec Ops: The Line had Fubar mode, which I think you get a trophy for beating that. I think so. I don't remember. But at least, you know, Spec Ops was easy enough to handle. Or, you know, Modern Warfare, like Call of Duty games, beat on veterans. But those are just Call of Duty games. You can just, you know, aim swap and then kill everyone off in, like, a couple seconds. You know, they're not really that extremely hard. But games like God of War, like God of War 4, for example... You know, with Give Me God of War difficulty, if that had a trophy, that would be a bitch to take down. And not to mention, it takes you like 10 minutes to kill off one fucking enemy in that goddamn mode. And that's another thing I kind of don't like, too, is having enemies with major amounts of health bars. Like, basic mob enemies with basic health bars. Just... Or, I mean, you know, stronger health bars. I'm also going to skip this part right here because fuck this. You guys already know what's going on. You guys, I'm pretty sure, know what to do. So I shouldn't have to tell you. Now, I think, I don't know if we had him in the first part, but now we're introduced to a more taller zombie that's going to be standing in front of the hoop. So just, you know, be wary of him too, because sometimes they'll come out and basically try to ruin your damn day. As you saw, that took quite some time to finish, and it probably will take you some time to finish too. So just be prepared for that. Usually... There's one thing you could do, is you can kind of like bait him out. Well, you'll still have to chop off a zombie head and then bait him out with it, but you could always just, what am I trying to say? Kill a zombie, knock his head off, and then the guy will jump, and then you just kill another zombie after that. Also, I keep realizing I keep fucking smacking my lips and shit. That's so fucking annoying. You know, it's funny. I was watching, there's something going on. There's something going on. Except for the sparkle hunting thing I was telling you about. I'm just going to kill some zombies, get some coins, and show you, you know, some places you can get some coins. But yeah, like, one thing, I was watching some of the HDQ stuff, and I was watching the Doom run, and this guy just kept fucking smacking his lips the entire time, and I'm fucking angry. I was like, can you stop? It was so fucking annoying. It was like, you could hear it in the mic the entire time. I'm like, just fucking stop, dude. It's so irritating when I hear people talk sometimes, like when they're really like right up close to you, and they have this, when it's a person that has a problem where they swallow while they talk, or they just make these mouth noises that they really don't need to make. Sometimes it's cathartic, depending on who it is, but sometimes it's just fucking annoying. So anyway, back on topic here. We're now, you know, in the exercising room here, gym, whatever, and pretty much this is where we're gonna be beating the shit out of just some pretty basic zombies, and eventually a grandma will come down, like an actual grandma, you'll see in a minute. So right now we're dealing with the old lady and the old man, and then eventually, you know, the old lady will come down, the other one, the one that's talking about her grandkids or whatever. You'll see in a second. I think she's the kind that swings around her legs or something, like swings around and attacks you. No, she spins, that's what it is. Yeah, here's the, you know, the grandma. Let's say Danielle. I can't tell, looks like it. An old lady named Danielle, that doesn't sound right. I don't know why. Well, I think it's like, because like, in the age that I grew up with, you know, there's kids that were named Danielle and what have you, but back then, you know, it doesn't seem like a old school name. But granted, I mean, my name's pretty old if you think about it too, Alexander, so. But, I don't know, to me it has a new, fresh take on it as well. It sounds kind of newish. Shit, I don't even know. I don't know, it just doesn't seem like an old lady name to me. Maybe like Daniela or something, you know. I don't know. But yeah, right here, as you saw, I basically doing the Nick toss because I didn't want to fucking deal with her. You can if you want. You don't have to, of course. You don't have to do anything that I tell you to, but I recommend using it if you wanted, but if you have the Nick tickets enough for it, why not, you know? Screw it, right? If you don't waste it. Just keep beating her down like you do pretty much every other heavy zombie, and you should be fine. You should be okay. Oddly enough, they give you 2 lollipops there on very hard. I don't know why. There's no point for that. We're not going to be able to get the other one. Did they think we're not going to heal enough, or we had too much, you know, low health for that in the first place? Oh, that's what the hell happened on PS2. Okay. My cord was on. I was like, why the fuck is my PS2 off? That's weird. No, I know why. Alright, anyway. So this part right here is just basically fighting off cheerleaders. So my suggestion with this is do the drop kick and then try your best to knock them down. And thing is, when you go up to the cheerleaders, typically, mainly the heavy one right here, the red one, she'll pretty much follow you. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to kind of lead her away from anybody and then take her out, you know, as I see fit. So of course, you know, I basically threw her down. I'm trying to do some drop kicks here and pretty much get her killed off as quickly as I possibly can, which luckily right there, I got the hit. She's dead. Josephine. Or is that Josephine? I don't know. Either way, she's down and out for the count, and now we have all 3 of them saved. So there you go. One past each and every one of them, and then go ahead and click in, and you're pretty much good. Now, also, we're introduced to these little trampoline kind of things. Not really a trampoline, but whatever the fuck I don't remember the name of these damn things. Regardless, yeah, I'm stupid, I know. So you have these little jumping thing here, and pretty much the more quick time event buttons you hit, the more coins you get out of it. But since that was too quick and I'm too slow, I fucked it all up. Oh well. Yeah, it's rather fast. I think so. I think right there, what happened? Did I die? Shit, I don't know. There's like a cut there. I don't remember why. Oh well, either way. We buy our lollipops and what have you and do all our good stuffs. All of our good stuffs. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. I don't know. I'm looking at the... Because I've been playing through the non-RE games and I just have it up here. I'm just looking at it. I have the first volume and second volume on collection, so that's pretty neat though. Yeah, I don't have them on DS. I don't know if the second game was on DS or not. I know the first one was, but I don't know about the other one. Anyway, so more jocks to fight, more football players. We'll just call them that because that's most likely probably what they are. But I always just put sports and jocks together. That's just how I do it. Now, you see right here, I'm basically getting fucking pummeled. I'm basically getting bullied. And this not only reminds me of high school, but, you know, not to mention, I just fucking hate this part. Just kidding, don't remind me of high school. But yeah, these guys are just straight up fucking dicks. If you don't take them out, they will, you know, group up on you and pretty much just... I guess they don't really do a whole lot of damage as I thought they did, so I was wrong on that end, but... They knock you down, which is still a pain in the ass, because like once they knock you down, it's kind of hard to get back up and fight them. So right there, I was just trying to essentially get back and see if I could get back and buy a Lollipop, but that didn't happen. So unfortunately, that didn't happen. And I did skip the whole Nick thing, because I'll probably be doing that a lot from now on. It's just skipping through that shit, because you guys don't need to sit through me going through quick time events. You know, We're not here for that. We're here to watch me beat the shit out of zombies and then beat the fuck out of the boss and, you know, hope I do a good job by doing it. Now this next area, oh lord, this is going to take me about a few minutes worth, like 3 to 4 or 5 minutes of this shit. So, this part is very, very hard. And the reason being is because not only is there lightning strikes coming down that you have to be careful of, which I think can probably hurt zombies, I don't know. Now, I want to make a quick recommendation real quick. If you have a Nick ticket, why not just use fucking Nick Toss and just stun them and then kill them faster? But no, I decided to go ahead and use Nick Shake because I needed lollipops. And I guess I need... No, I think I fucked up. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think I fucked up. Because I had plenty of health. There's no reason for me to use a Nick Shake. So I probably was going for Nick Toss, but I fucked it up. Anyway, this part is very difficult, like I said. Just try your best to knock them down on the ground, these firemen guys. I don't know if this is the first time we met them. I don't remember. But either way, try your best to knock them on the ground and then beat the shit, you know, just get them groggled and then kill them that way. That's my recommendation for these assholes. Throw them on the ground and then, you know, of course, do the ground finisher if you can. It may take a while, it may hurt your fingers for doing it, but it's efficient, it works. Now, we also have a heavy version of the zombie, and that, oh god, that's gonna take a while to beat down, ain't it? Yes, yes it will. Also, I explained this, when did I explain it? A while back, a few videos, maybe the first video or whatever, but whenever you're dodging, if you do the full, unlike Bayonetta, if you do the full dodge, well, I should say just like Bayonetta, if you do 3 dodges in a row, Juliet will have to recover from those dodges. And unlike Bayonetta, in this game, once you dodge the 3rd time around, you have full iframes. So that way, you know, while you're recovering from it, you know, while it's going on, the animation is going on, while you do the last 3rd dodge and recover, you won't get hit. And I think in Bayonetta you do, so. But, in theory, well, in practice as well, Bayonetta technically is more mechanically diverse than Lollipop Chainsaw. I think so. I don't know. That might be objectively speaking. I'm not really 200% sure, and I don't want to speak. I don't want to say something that's retarded, so. In my opinion, I think Bayonetta has more mechanics going for it than Lollipop Chainsaw. I feel like it does. I don't know about you guys. Okay, yeah, it does. I don't know. I don't want people getting pissed off at me for saying, you know, Bayonetta it has more mechanics or whatever, because some people are probably gonna get fucking mad. I mean, granted, I know a lot of you people out there watching are probably like, who cares what they think? But, you know, I'm tired of getting fucking hate comments every once in a while. It's just annoying. I know they happen, and I know I can't stop them from happening, but when I get them, it's just, I don't know. It's annoying as all hell. Just having to hear people's opinions on shit that doesn't really matter, and they just call you out for everything, you know? It's irritating. But that's the whole point of being on YouTube. You kind of get used to it, yes, but still, no one likes hate comments. Now, there's people out there that probably do like hate comments, but, you know, and then they pretend like they're the kinds that pretend like, oh yeah, you know, I fucking love hate comments, bring them on. You know, I'll talk shit on them. But then in reality, they never do a damn thing about it. It's so funny. I just mute them or block them. I just don't care enough to fucking fight back. There's no point at all. It's worthless. To be honest with you. Just get rid of the fucking asses. I mean, having a hate comment on a video isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's like, you know, everybody else will get to see it and be like, why the fuck are you so angry for? But then again, you know, getting rid of the comments too, I don't think it really is a bad thing either. I'm always afraid to get rid of hate comments because I'm afraid people are going to be like, why'd you get rid of my fucking hate comment for, huh? Well, fuck it. You just don't want criticism on your videos. When in reality, a hate comment really isn't technically criticism now, is it? It's just some dude literally fucking hating on you. Just straight up, there's barely any criticism at all, any constructive feedback, no matter what. So I guess it's really not that bad, I guess. I don't know, do what you want once your YouTube channel. So, yeah. Fuck, I might just end up just starting to fucking block my comments when it comes to like anything that's any kind of game I play that has a community that's basically trash. I should probably just start disabling comments on those just in case. Because God forbid I'll just get shit on for everything I do. Well, that's just fan bases for you in a nutshell. Yeah, speaking of in a nutshell, if it wasn't obvious in what I'm doing, then I don't know what to tell you. You're pretty much trying to get Nick to run around, I think 3 or 4 fucking times. I don't know what it was. I think it's 3. And you pretty much shoot these zombies. Typically, like, 1 shot should be good enough. And now, I want you guys to understand that sometimes I fuck up. And I liked... Well, when I originally was playing, I liked to click in L2 and then hit R2. But the problem is, if you mess up, you might accidentally activate your fever time thing, and then that might fuck everything over. So you need to be careful with that. Just stay aimed in. If anything, have an aim assist on. It's not a bad thing. Don't let people tell you it is. It doesn't fucking matter. We're not playing a goddamn multiplayer game. We don't need that much fucking skill. So, you know, I'm trying to help you guys get through this the best you can. So just, if you need aim assist, use it. I think this game has aim assist. I don't know if it's locked in or not. I don't remember, but you know, eventually the weapon will basically pan towards somebody anyway. So just go from there and use that. I don't see anything wrong with using aim assist. I don't see anything wrong with it at all. I really don't. I don't know. People just have so much fucking issues with everything, dude. I'm serious. They just really do. But as you see right here, I think in a second or two. Yep. See, we reversed back. That's what I was talking about, because I don't know if I bought anything different. But either way, we're about to go to the boss fight, and we have, I think, 6 or 7 more minutes left of this. So that's not going to take too long. And I think, what's his name? He's a Viking guy. I know that. What's his fucking name? I might have to get up. Did I say Vince or Vicky? Well, hold on. I need to see the name first. Oh, it's like Vike. We'll call him Vike. How about that? Alright, so this boss. Ooh, this is a tough one. Alright, so what I like to do is I like to stand back as far as I can from him. And I'm not going to use my gun too much. Or at least try not to use it too much. The reason I'm using it as much as I can. What the fuck am I doing? Well, anyway, I recommend not using it a whole lot. And the reason being is because later on, he'll start flying around and you have to shoot him. So that's why I say don't. And I'm using it like a fucking idiot. Okay, so I take back what I said. I lied. I'm an idiot. That happens. Anyway, the trick here that I do with him. One, you can't leapfrog over him, so don't try. I wasn't trying to. It just happened, and I fucking failed because of it. I guess I am just going to use my gun. Either way, the trick here is you want to stay back far from him, make him dash toward you, whether or not he slams the ground or whether or not he does a drop kick, which I'm trying to get him to activate the drop kick instead. That's my main goal here, so I'm trying to make him drop kick me. And if you want to use a gun, go ahead. It's up to you. Because I don't know if you get bullets back or not. That's why I'm saying, like, don't, but if you really wanted to, I guess you could. You get barrels out of the, you get bullets out of the barrels, but I don't think they respawn. That's the thing. But anyway, like I said, I just stay far back from him, let him charge toward me, let him do his attack, jump back in, and get a few hits, and then rinse, lather, repeat. So the first part isn't really that tough. That thing right there fucking hurts. Everything he does to you hurts like a bitch. So that's why I suggest just staying the hell away from this guy as far away as you can. And again, like I said, just let him, you know, charge toward you and then dodge to like the left or right. That way you can essentially, I don't know why I fucking did that for. I think I did it on accident. I was trying to shoot, but I fucked up. But anyway, we got the first phase down. Not too hard, not too shabby. Nothing really super difficult. But after the first phase, we have to fight 2 different pieces of him. Now, here's the key thing here. His legs are easy to defeat. They take like, what, 4 or 5 hits, as you saw right there? Now, that's the thing. Even though it's down, it will basically, he's a zombie. He will revive it. So, just be careful. Be wary of that. That's the whole thing here. Now, you can obviously beat him down with a chainsaw or just beat him down with melee attacks. But I suggest just using a gun. Or, you know, if anything, just waiting for him to come down toward you and then beat the shit out of him like this. So this part is, I think, probably I wouldn't say the most difficult, but rather the most irritating, that's for sure. I think the last phase, I'd say, is probably the most difficult one, as this one's just more, just obnoxious. So, like I said, you know, save your bullets and just shoot the shit out of them. Or you can waste in the first phase and get him back, like, all back, I guess. But, granted, if I were you, I would just save your bullets for this phase and third phase. Just save those barrels for the third phase and then break them down. And then get the bullets that way and then fuck them up. See, because I pretty much I used the gun for this part and still got him down. So that's what I would suggest you go for. Was that my phone? No. Okay, good. I keep hearing vibrations. I'm freaking out. Alright, so this next part is phase 3, and I fucking hate this one. The reason being is because whenever he comes down to kind of like bounce around the field, that's when he does like a shit ton of damage, and it just keeps going and going and going. Now, one trick, if you get knocked down, and if the enemy is still attacking for whatever reason, he hasn't stopped his attack yet, you could stay on the ground as long as you can, and he can't technically attack you. So use that to your advantage if you ever feel like using it. So this part right here is rather simplistic. You just dodge whenever he comes toward you. Or you can be a complete moron like me and get hit by pretty much everything. Now, whenever he finally comes to a stop, that's when you want to attack. Because if he doesn't come to like a full stop, he might still be able to hit you. And I don't really have any particular tips on like where exactly to go. I usually just stay to the edges, like, you know, the left and right sides. That way I can kind of try to see if I can force him to go back in between left and right instead of, you know, back and forth. Because that's the annoying part. I don't know if I was actually trying to use Nick Shake or not. I don't know what the hell I was going for there. I might have just been thinking I was going to use it and I changed my mind. Either that or I might have did my fucking, you know, clicked on like an idiot kind of thing. I think I do use Nick Shake eventually. I don't remember. Or maybe I might get lucky and not actually not have to use it. But yeah, you saw it there. I'm basically using square combos. The reason being is because, why the hell not? They're fast. And you do about, I want to say about the same damage as a, you know, or close to the same amount of damage as you with the chainsaw. In, you know, a good succession of attacks. But who knows which one technically takes longer. I think, theoretically, probably light attacks probably would take longer to build up that much damage, which would make sense because that's why it's a light attack versus heavy attack. But I don't know, it seems kind of weird. So the laser shots, pretty obvious. Just dodge at the right time, not that hard. Don't dodge back or forward because you might get hit. That's the thing too. Like, dodging may have iframes, but a lot of the times, especially for things like that, the iframes probably won't work because you're dodging right back into an attack, so you might still get a hit after you get done dodging. So that's why I suggest just being the hell careful from that. But yeah, right here would have been nice to have some bullets, but I decided to waste them in the first phase like an idiot. Now you saw right there, I have him going from left and right, and that to me I think is the most beneficial way of taking this asshole down. So that's what I say. Do what you want, of course. But yeah, this third phase is only hard mainly because of the fact of him bouncing around like an asshole and trying to dodge it too. Because sometimes whenever I dodge it, even though it should have, as far as I know, it should have iframes, I still get hit for some damn reason. So that sucks. But anyway, that's Vike, and that's the end of stage 2. So I will see you guys in the next episode, or the next stage, which will be 3, and I think that's the old abandoned farm. So anyway, as always, take care, everybody.